I've been thinking for a good while, and I've been having this thought since the seventh grade. But I'm realizing now I never documented it. So I reckon that is the purpose of this recording. I always feel as though that religion gave meaning to life. All types of religion. Three major Abrahamic ones, the Hindu and pagan ones where they worship corn, cows, and animals and whatnot. It gives people meaning. For me personally, I've struggled with this concept for years now. I've come to a conclusion of sorts. In order for my life, or really anyone's life, to have any type of purpose, or for anyone to be grounded in any sense of reality, there needs to be a higher power. There needs to be something beyond us. I need something to be beyond me. And I know it's quite convenient for religion to exist. And I suppose if you look at religion in the abstract, I reckon it would be considered ridiculous. Well, you see here, the magic man who we can't see at the moment is the maker of morality, but you can't see him or know about him until after you die. So just follow my rules and follow these stories that I conveniently have in my possession. I can see the absurdity of religion, but also can see the absurdity of the world without religion. That we are just some space dust that's here by chance on the chance of a chance, and everything that we do in life is just by coincidence. It's so null and void. I have criticisms and speculations of every major religion, but I look at the three major ones, and then you have one whose whole guy, the main person, has a controversy with him and pedophilia, and how his modern followers are just rampant terrorists. You have another one, and they have a little ethno-state. They're basically a whole bunch of terrorists, and they have a whole problem with pedophilia. And they have like little books that said, you're supposed to swing a chicken over your head and kill it. You're supposed to circumcise a child and suck them off. Imagine that. The almighty creator of the universe wants you not only to mutilate a child, but make sure you give him fellatio. It's quite absurd, is it not? For the almighty creative universe to want that. And, the religion I chose isn't all too squeaky clean logic either. A God becomes human, somehow dies to appease himself, and then somehow that kind of negates the original text. But I reckon out of the three, it's the most sound. You're not circumcising children and licking their blood. You're not responsible for for rampant terrorism around the world. Countries that have a majority belief in that religion tend to be better well off. It seems sound. Yeah, and when it comes to countries and just participating in society, it really just makes it all worth it. That one day you will become one with the universe and zen with your creator. And for atheists, everything's just a coincidence, and then you study, you participate in society for what? You study coincidences. You study happenstance. You study nothing that is predestined or a calculated plan. You study just random happenstance. even in countries where they have the brightest intellectuals, they were motivated by the idea of that everything they're studying was the knowledge of God, and they were deepening their understanding of Him, and they were trying to achieve God's knowledge. An atheist, when you study, you're studying for nothing. You're studying a void, deprived of all reason. You're studying nothing but chaos, really. That kind of segues to my other point. No, a universe that's just chaos is a universe that's also void, null, absolute chaos with no bounding. It has no meaning, really. And for me, I go around the world and I get peeved by people. People disgust me and their actions. And the only anchoring that I have for my anger, my rage I feel towards these people is the fact that one day I'll be rewarded for my virtue, for my patience, for my temperance. But if all that doesn't exist, then nothing really matters. You just go about of the world in chaos, and you only do what's convenient for you in that particular moment. If it's convenient for you to do something, if it's convenient for you not to steal, then you don't steal. If it's convenient for you not to be a pedophile, don't be a pedophile. If it's convenient for you not to kill a kid, don't kill a kid. If it is convenient for you, by all means, go ahead. And many people, they already live like this. The world is already so damaged as is. But, the thing that anchors a lot of people is religion. But I can see the argument of religion just being a moving target for secular people. But even then, it gives people something to grab onto. I would much rather religion that I don't believe in be correct than there be nothing, a void. Hell, I'd rather the Muslims be right in their assumption about the universe than there be nothing afterwards. Because even if I am in Jahannam or whatever Muslim hell is, I reckon I can suffer in peace, knowing that at least a good chunk of the population is at peace with themselves and the creator of the universe, and all their struggle and pain were for something, and not to result in an eternal sleep. Talk about it now, it just gets me depressed. The reason why I'm questioning my own religion and questioning the existence of God is because I reckon I haven't been to church in a while. And while I'm not in church, I start to question things, and I don't have any counter arguments. I choose to believe in God because without Him, I would just be a hedonist that studies nothing, trying to deepen his understanding about nothing, because it's all just useless chaos of the universe, and humans try to calculate this chaos. But the whole nature of chaos it is unpredictable, and therefore cannot be calculated absolutely. The only reason why I'm interested in intellectual subject is because I believe that God has a predestined ordinance of the universe, and understanding such ordinance is understanding the nature of God. Without Him, again, it's just chaos. I've had a existential panic over this topic, that if God isn't real, then I am tethered to nothing, but only by a social contract of convenience to other people. I'm tethered to nothing into this world except for what I find convenient and what my brain has blocked me from doing as just a trait of evolutionary biology, of being a social creature and whatnot. That's how I see the world. That's how atheists see the world. A series of traits developed because of being a social creature and not from a divine ordinance. Divinity has just been used. Divinity itself has just been used to justify pretty much anything. I can see the argument that Christianity is popular, but it's just been used as a moving target and not a preset of everything good to spread absolute morality everywhere. Even Hitler had his own idea of what Jesus is and who he was. He rejected the divinity of Christ, but framed him as an Aryan fighter against the Jewish masses to uphold morality. And Christianity just becomes this tool to control the masses, and not a priest such code of morality given absolutely. I want religion to be real so badly. I need it to be real to give my life meaning. I said so much in this recording, but that's what I really mean. Religion has to be real for me, because if it isn't, my life and lives of others have absolutely no meaning. Everything in the world is just happenstance, and nothing is tethered to anything. Everyone is just a heathen who goes about life portraying their own bigotry, their own preferences onto this idea of a divine creature, just to justify their own biases and ideals. When I originally thought about this, it was more humorous. I poked fun at all the major religions and how the pagan ones just doesn't seem right to me. I made comments about how the Indians worship elephants and a 3-armed naked blue lady that licks the blood of people, and how others worship odd things like there's a guy for corn, and how the gods just seem like they're a bureaucracy with departments and whatnot. A god for wind, a god for the sea, a god for the mountains. It all seems very arbitrary that one god have complete domain over everything. And even there's gods for fever and music. How absurd that all it is. But in comparison, everything is absurd. In conclusion, I want religion to be real because it's the only really thing that gives my life meaning. And this topic was supposed to be more humorous, but as I calmed down, the reality of how I perceive my self-worth set in, and a certain melancholy began to grow in the tone of this recording. Oh, and I hope one day I could be a firm in a single belief to give my life guidance. Because if I don't have that, then my life would be in shambles. It really would.